All right, so let me just double check that that's the one that we want to do. Also, I wanted to do one of the crafting ones because my inventory is clogged because I went ahead and got all of the materials we're gonna need for this stuff. This is most of the materials we need, but there's a couple that are in my retainers that I need to get out, but we'll get there when we need them. So let me just double check. This is the first one we're gonna do, right? Yes. Okay. And she is, so the way that they combined the job quests so that they didn't have to make one for every single one is that they combined them so that each one of them overlaps with 2 or 3 different jobs, except for Fisher, which is its own thing. In this case, the one that we're going to be doing right now, it covers blacksmithing, armor, or goldsmith, which you can do these quests as any one of those classes. I'm not going to elect to do it as armor because I always end up, at some point I want to get all the achievements that are craft X number of items for a particular expansion. In this case, I'm almost always, since you can craft a lot of the same stuff on blacksmith and armor, I usually end up finishing up blacksmithing first because that's the one that I tend to go for because it's the first one in the list. So I end up, if I need to craft like a bar or something, I end up just going to blacksmithing. So I'm going to do it on armor to get a couple more things on armor instead. It's not going to be that much in the grand scheme of things since each one, there's only going to be like 36 items in this whole thing. But let's go ahead and talk to XRral Soj here and get started. Your friendly neighborhood metalworker. XRral Soj seems relieved to see you. And I'm relieved to see you, ma'am. I mean, what? Ah, must be my lucky day. You're brilliant. The artisan roped in, aren't you? Haha, so funny. It's a pleasure. Name's XRral Soj, and I'm the proprietor of this here shop. From pots to knives, if it's used on the daily and made of metal, I smith them. Yep, looks like it. Those watering cans are almost as impressive as Geralt's kettles. There's one code I live by, and it's never to keep a customer waiting. Soon as an order comes in, I do my damnedest to have it ready soon as able. Can't have folks living their lives without the proper utensils, see? Won't say that speed don't come at a price. My goods come quality assured, but they ain't always pretty to look at. Once upon a time, might be that I aspired to meld metalware even a dawn servant would be proud to use, but that was the childish dream of a childish lass. Reality ain't so sweet. Better to leave the fancy fingerings to the moblins. I ain't ashamed to admit their craftsmanship knows no equal, but I ain't ashamed of what I do either. Knowing that my goods are needed is what gets me up in the morning. What I'm trying to say is, I win my customers by providing fast and reliable service. And I need your help to give them that. This is not the right accent to use for her, but I'm just gonna probably go with it because of the I forget what they call the apostrophe. I forget, there's a term for this, but I forget what it is. And like the embarrassing, I'm gonna end up adding like a southern twang to it. I have a bit of an embarrassing problem on my hands, see? Maybe she's from the northern region in Shaloni. That would actually fit. I had a young lass come to me asking for work a little ways back. She claimed to have experience working metal, so I figured why not? With a new hire, I thought I could start accepting bulk orders. Uh-oh. But that Papuani, bless her heart, she's earnest to a fault, but the girl barely knows her way around a pitchfork, let alone a forge. I've already accepted a hefty order, and I'm afraid we won't have it ready in time. I don't want to let one of my customers down, so I ask you, will you lend me a hand? You'll be well compensated for your time, promise. Of course, I'll hold you to that well compensated part. Nah, we're not that. That might be what we think, but that's not what we say. A heartening reply. Thank you. I can already sense you the confidence of none too shabby artisan. Again, I'm wearing full on like best in slot crafting gear. I think I know my way around the forge. We'd best begin with introductions then. Might I trouble you to fetch Papuani? Papuani. Okay, I was close to what I said. I sent her to Bayside Bevy to purchase materials for pots some time ago, but she hasn't returned. Sure, Stoic Nod. I gave her a simple task of purchasing supplies, but she's been gone for quite some time now. Bring her back with you if you see her in Bayside Bevy, would you? I mean, like, I gotta head over to Bayside Bevy to find her. Alright, Bayside Bevy's the marketplace over here, right? Oh yeah, it's right there. Right over by the, what are they called again? The bell. Oh, never mind, it's right there. Hello, Papani. You've been gone a long time. Boss is worried about you. Wait, you're one of the Third Promises companions, aren't you? You may not recall, but we actually passed by one another in Earthenshire. Right, she was the one that was stomping out of the place because they weren't helping her or whatever. I'm Papani, a former Potsworn. I'm honored to finally meet you. Gosh, do I miss how the Moblins spoiled us artisans. They provided every luxury you could imagine. A cot fluffier than a pack of fleece, platters of delectable food. Best of all, they took care of all the cleaning, letting us focus wholeheartedly on our work. Alas, the storm left them short of supplies and help hands. I realized that the environment I once enjoyed there would not soon return, and made the hard choice to end my pot pact and journey here for work. Ah, but look at me. We've hardly met, and I'm already talking your ear off. Excuse me, what brings you to this corner of Troll? Boss is looking for you. Mr. XRral Soj requested your assistance with the shop. Oh, forgive me. My ineptitude has inconvenienced even you. Since the day I started working for her, I can't seem to fulfill a single one of Mr. XRral Soj's requests properly. As a Potsworn, my work was quite intricate, you see. The Moblins desired only the most lavish and ornate non-earthlies. Ah, okay, so she's used to doing everything to be absolutely perfect at everything, but her boss wants her to just get it done and get it working. So that is what I made. I can't even imagine where to begin making household goods. And why did you get employed here? Not even a pot. I spent more time than I care to admit in front of the supplier, trying to guess which materials might be appropriate for forging one, until I just felt utterly overwhelmed and wound up here. Just pick the stuff that doesn't look like garbage. Ugh, confounded by a pot. I'm no artisan. I'm a fraud. Ma'am, you might be overreacting a little bit. You know, most people aren't even aware that Potsworn exists. Even bringing it up as a credential here only seems to garner doubt. I feel as if I've begged for work from every shop in Tuliolol, but none would hire me. Interesting, okay. No one but Mistress XRral. She knew no more of the Potsworn than anyone else, but she welcomed me with open arms instead of disbelief. I want to repay her compassion, her faith in me. So I will. This isn't the time to be moping. I even have a new friend beside me. I can simply relearn the basics, starting with the materials for a pot. But first things first, we should return to Mr. XRral Soj as she requested. Well, this is going to be interesting. So she has to deal with the fact that not only has she always tried to make everything like to literally perfection, and now it needs to be all like not just get it done kind of deal, but she also can't use her credentials as a Potsworn because people don't even know they exist. That's actually pretty interesting. Anyway, let's go and talk to Papani and then XRral Soj. I see. Among the materials available in Tuliolol, Ingots smelted from trolley iron ore are most suitable for forging a pot. Thanks for bringing her back, Brilliant. To think Papani didn't even know the makings of a pot. But that can come later. Now that you're both here, I'd like to discuss the bulk order we have lined up. I'll fill you in once we're ready, so just give me a shout. Alright, this is a pretty good Endwalker food, but I'm not gonna need any food for this stuff. I mean, this is like 7.0 stuff. You're supposed to be able to do this with like Black Star equipment. And even my melded indicators would have been high enough level for it. XRral Soj Metalwares, Wachumeqimeqi deliveries unlocked. You may now undertake deliveries to XRral Soj Metalwares. Speak with XRral Soj to learn more. Alright, let's talk to Papani again first. A large order. I'll do my best. Right, except I'm going to be doing everything. Hard to read. Ha ha ha, so funny. XRral Soj is eager to begin her explanation. I take it you're ready? I'll elaborate on the details of the order then. A Hanu farmer requested a large supply of scythes to be used for harvesting reeds. Though reeds are relatively light, they're deceptively firm. That being the case, the both of you will need to take special care that the blades have a sharp edge, and also make sure the handles have enough girth for the hefty hands of the Hanu. Harvest season draws near, and time's tight. If you could prepare about 6 scythes, Papani and I could handle the rest. I'm counting on you. Now let's get to work. You may now undertake deliveries to XRral Soj Metalwares by delivering the requested items to XRral Soj and raising yourself in her esteem. You can ensure your clients receive orders in a timely manner. Yep. Items with higher collectability. Yeah, it's normal collectible stuff. Alright, so the ones that we need to make, I believe they actually put them in here. Not Society Quests class. Yes, they do. Okay. So the stuff we need, I have Chondrite. That's in Charlie. So I need 12 Chondrite. Need to make 6 Anite Whetstones. I think I have enough Anite. And I know I have enough integral lumber. Let's go ahead and grab the stuff out for it. So how many... Okay, we need 30 integral logs. And... Actually, wait, can I do this? Oh, no, raw material list should work. Okay, that's what I needed. Okay, so I have the Chondrite bars already made, so I'm going to need to grab 12 of those. They should be right here. Yep, I got all 12 of those. And then we needed 30 integral logs, which I have here. I have more than enough. And a bunch of Anite, but I don't know how many you need. Okay, how many per whetstone? 6 times 4 is 24. And I have more than enough. Very nice. Alright, that should be everything we need. So let's go ahead and quickly craft up those Anite Whetstones. I'm just gonna quick craft these. I'm gonna quick do it all because I shouldn't have any problem getting the collectability, but of course, famous last words. Now we won't need to do all of this. We won't need to do all of this crafting. It's just that some of these I didn't have it fully prepared. I just had the raw materials ready. Alright, then we need carpenter for the integral lumber. So most of the time we'll just be able to quickly craft everything up. I thought about doing streams of me just doing crafting stuff, but I realized that probably wouldn't be that entertaining to watch. So I did actually do a test stream. Also, I just saw I didn't have very many ice crystals, but we're gonna get those as a reward, so that shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. So 6 times 8 is 40. Okay, we have enough ice crystals. That's good. I'm gonna go ahead and use okay, so now it's only level 90, so I can just do this, right? Yeah. Okay, I don't even need to think about this first one. It's nice that this first one's only level 90, so we can just really quickly do it. Just using train die. It is a little bit annoying that train die makes it so that all leaves under like level 80 basically are useless. In terms of like just doing for turn-ins. For both XP and for gil. Actually, I think they still give you the same amount of gil. They just give you like no XP, which makes sense. But it is worth it to me so that we can do stuff like this. and basically not have to think about having to figuring out what rotation to use. Anyway, is that all 6? Yes, it is. Go ahead and turn them in. The sooner we can have those sites ready, the better. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I know how to do this stuff. I think I have enough space for purple scripts. Thank you. This is fine work. Even better than what I hoped for, in fact. You must be an artisan of some renown abroad. Well, yeah. In making your first successful delivery, you have begun to earn XRral Soj's trust. Deliver the items XRral Soj needs and deliver them often to improve prospects of XRral Soj's Metalwares. Yep. Except I did all 6 of them already. I don't know how I made the wood from as a blacksmith or as an armorer, but okay. Had a look at each of the sites, and I'm pleased to say the quality is up to par. Good work, both of you. As for quantity, we've the 6 Berlin repaired, 2 made by Papani, and 3 by yours truly, with a grand total of 11. We've the amount requested by the client. I'm sorry, I was just so fixated on coming up with a design that would be easy to use and maintain, that I barely had time to make them. If I'd been faster, perhaps I could have reduced Berlin's burden. Don't worry, ma'am. It took me like 5 minutes to make all of it. Well, in the end, your design was elegantly simple. That'll come in handy if we ever have to make more. And if our customers have an easier time maintaining their tools, all the better. That doesn't sound like how a business owner should think. What about planned obsolescence? They got a break-in just after the warranty expires. I'll inform the client that the scythes are ready to be picked up. Won't be a moment. Now we get to talk with Papewa or whatever. I forgot her name already. Nope, I guess it's just gonna fade to black. Sorry for the wait. I have the scythes requested here. Marvelous! It was worth coming all the way to the city for such craftsmanship. Now we'll have a much easier time with the harvest. For we Hanu, the harvest is an immense task and crucial to our way of life. The softer reeds are used as food, while the sturdier ones are used to thatch the roofs of our homes and more. You could say our livelihoods are built on reeds. You've both assisted in crafting the scythes, yes? Thank you so much for putting such care into your work. Oh, stop it. It was our pleasure. Heh, you act as if it's your first time you've ever been thanked for a job well done. You've had plenty of experience as an artisan before coming to work for me, didn't you? I did, but an intermediary took care of transactions, so I never actually met a customer face to face. Believe it or not, this is the first time. And I must say, the feeling is amazing. Really, really amazing. In fact, I should be thanking you, miss. Excuse me, but I'm actually a man. Oh dear, she really is as sweet as you said, XRral. I see why a longtime loner like you would speak so fondly of your new hand. What about me? I told you, that was just between you and me. I'll be letting everyone back home know that XRral Soj Metalwares is the best place to buy their supplies. You'll be hearing from me again before long. I appreciate it. Do come again soon. With a little word of mouth, another order may come in before we know it. That said, Wapani, you clearly still need more practice with crafting the essentials. Brilliant, you're perfect as expected. And until she has a proper handling of things, I hope I can continue to rely on your help. I mean, yeah. Yeah, good. I needed more ice crystals. I only went down to 16. Didn't want to have to run over to the market board and spend another 80k on 1,000 crystals. Steam level increased. XRral Soj now considers you a meddlesome... A meddlesome? That's funny. Meddlesome metalworker. Because metal, M-E-T-A-L, and metal, M-E-T-T-L-E. I never realized it would warm my heart so. To be thanked directly by a patron. It's a wonderful feeling. Ma'am, are you okay? Hey, Auntie. Auntie. I didn't realize it sounded like Auntie, A-U-N-T-I-E. Oh, good. And we also get more ice crystals, which is nice. XRral Soj has a new order of business to discuss. Glad you're here, Brilliant. Thanks to our last client, word of our efficiency seems to have spread, and a new bulk order has come in. I trust I can still count on your help. I mean, of course, that's why I'm here. I mean, you got me locked into a cutscene, so it's not like I can leave. Well, I mean, I can, but I had to press escape and skip the cutscene to do that. Or Alt F4. So, what's the request this time? A large order of tortilla presses for aunties. That doesn't sound like every day. Who's that? You haven't had Auntie's tacos? Well, let's head on over. What? You've never heard of Auntie's tacos? That's what I said. It's one of the most popular taco places in the city. I see, but are tortilla presses normally ordered in bulk? Surely her stock didn't break all at once. This is something of a special case. Seems the manufacturer in charge of T's tortilla production have a complete overhaul, and everything needs replaced. What? And everything needs replaced. Shouldn't it be needs be replaced? Or to be replaced or something there? That doesn't seem right. Spares included. She wants us to prepare as many presses as possible. Sounds good to me. Sounds like more work. Brilliant. I'd like you to make 6 of them, but Bonnie and I'll handle the remainder. T's entrusted this order to my shop because she has faith we'll get the job done in timely fashion. Let's show her what we're made of. You've got it. I'll do my best to make sure she leaves just as satisfied as our last customer. Okay, sounds good to me. What do we need to make for this? I mean, what are the materials? Obviously, we're making the taco presses or whatever they said it was. As I understand, the most crucial factor is to ensure each tortilla is pressed to a uniform size. This may require some metalworking wizardry, or you can just make a big flat thing of metal. Alright, what are we making here? Tortilla press. And I've got all of that, I've got all that. Nice, I've got everything we need. Let's go ahead and craft them up. Alright, so I usually start off with this. And then we get the free one. Then we get the boost, and I'm going to use a final appraisal just to make sure I don't overcap it. Okay, that's why I use final appraisal. Then we probably want to do waste not one of these. See if I can do a couple of preparatory touches. Okay, yeah, that'll be enough for me to just use God's Blessing, I think. Oh yeah, that's real easy. Okay, we can just do that. I don't even need to use Waste Not 2, I can just do this with Waste Not 1. But seriously, this is such a low... this is so low. I don't think I even need to do Veneration. Yeah, let me do Final Appraisal and try just doing it regular groundwork. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I don't need Final Appraisal. Okay, so I can just do Waste Not 1, Innovation, 2 Preparatory Touches, and then God's Blessing. Yeah, that's more than enough. And then I'll just do a careful synthesis because I have more than enough GP. GP? CP. Alright, that's 2 down, 2 to go. I don't think I even need waste not. I think, oh no, this will do 40, 50, 60. So actually, I don't even need to use waste not here. Yeah, that saves me 20, and then I still have 10 left over. I don't think I even need to use great strides if I get one of them as good. Yeah, I don't even need to use waste not. These are really easy crafts. Then again, I'm max level and I have like 7.3 here. So like, I would hope these are gonna be easy. I find this mini game fairly enjoyable, although I do feel like a lot of these skills just kind of are useless once you get like some better skills. And like also like endgame crafting is literally just like macro crafting, which gets a little bit old. But actually trying to come up with your own macros. So first what I usually do is I try and make my own macro, and then I get one that works and does a decent job, and then I just throw it into an optimizer, and then that usually is able to get me a little bit more of an optimized setup, because sometimes it does some really like unexpected ways where like actually I've seen multiple times where it uses like great strides and then like preparatory touch. Even though most of the time I only use great strides for Valor God's Blessing because it's a fair amount of CP to use, 32. Anyway, let's get back to this and talk to XRral Soj and turn these stuff in. Whoops, let me go and read that. I'll be hard at work crafting my share of presses when I get a spare moment from tending the shop. As soon as you have your share ready, just say the word. Yep, well here's all 6 of my presses. Let's turn them in. Ah, finished already, have you? This has just the right amount of weightiness to it, and the surface looks perfectly flat. I dare say T will steal whatever competition is left with tortillas she makes from these. Oh right, I was thinking Aunt T was a hearer. No. We met Aunt T, didn't we? Did we? I forget. Everyone meet T. T, meet the team. I'm pretty sure we met her before. Hello. I am T-Soul, the proud owner of Aunt T's Tacos. It's lovely to meet you all. Your lightning fast work with the presses is an absolute godsend. I can't thank you enough. We'd been using only hardwood presses at the manufactory till now, but I can't tell how many times I've had to order replacements. The things seem to break at the slightest bit of force. Having metal presses will be a huge relief. I promise you these can take a beating and then some. Oh, I don't doubt it. And seeing as you've proven yourself a woman of your word, you'll be the first person I come to for my cooking supplies from now on. Well, that's good to hear. Now then, I must be getting these presses to the manufactory, so I'll excuse myself here. Do be sure to visit my store next chance you get. Would be a shame if you didn't get a taste of the tortillas you had a hand in making. We'd never have been able to fulfill the order in time if not for you, Brilliant. Well, yeah, also the order would have never happened if I hadn't picked up this quest. My thanks. Brilliant, Mistress XRral Soj, I'm so sorry. Once again, I was too slow. Only managed to prepare a single press. Yeah, she's getting on my nerves too. Papani, you put your heart into your work. I can see that. But if you're going to continue to work here, you need to come to grips with the stipulations of the job. Truth be told, I need you output in the same amount as Brilliant here. Oh, that's a little bit much, ma'am. I've been watching you work. You spend far too much time devoting your attention to a single item. I think there's a story that I read that was kind of like that, where I don't know. I've heard plenty of stories like this kind of thing where people just spend so much time on one item, and then they have to like scramble to be able to produce the actual required amount. I've read this at least in one other story. I'm sorry. I was so thrilled to see my efforts appreciated before, I thought that if I put my all into these presses as well, Mr. T. Soul would be overjoyed. I wanted to make them flawless and easy to maintain, and in the process, I completely lost track of time. I admire you trying to make the best product possible, but sometimes a customer only wants a tool that works, and they want it quick. Try to keep that in mind next time. Brilliant. Looks like you're not rid of me yet. I can't rely on your help forever, but for now, please continue to lend us your expertise. Well, yeah, I mean, we got like 3 more quests to do. I think we're gonna take some more time. I'm gonna stay here for a bit longer. How many more do we have anyway? We have 93, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more quests. Steam level increase. XRral Soj. Now, XRral Soj is delighted with your efforts. She now considers you a marvelous metalworker. Alright, let's talk to Papani again, and then XRral Soj. If speed is such a priority, then no, I mustn't think like that. Yeah, she's got to find the right balance of providing quality at a good speed. Because you can't just spend everything on meticulous effort when you need to make like 6 of them. Anyway, let's talk to XRral Soj and do the next one. A job quickly done. An urgent order has come in, and XRral Soj needs your help to see it completed. Hasn't that been the exact same as the other 2 orders? Or the other 2 quests? You're just the person I wanted to see, Brilliant. An urgent order has come in. Our client this time is a traveling peddler who needs as many lightweight lanterns as we can make before she departs the city. While she used a number of lanterns herself for her travels, I understand she intends to sell the majority of them to folks back home. I'll need you both working at a brisk pace today. You hear that? A brisk pace. Yes, ma'am. Will the lanterns be used on alpaca back, or will they be carried by hand? It's just that depending on how the lantern will be used, their intensity, size, and practicality ought to be considered. A slave to the minutiae. This is minutiae? Sure. Very well, I'll instruct you as we work. Well, I've only have 1 crafting recipe, so I know exactly what we need. Do you not wish to hear those details as well, Brilliant? Again, I have 1 crafting recipe for this. I know what to make. I've spent some time with the Pelu and have a good grasp of their needs. Nay, I need only my intuition. We're not that cocky. Oh, I had no idea. I've seen little of the world for myself, so my outlook is probably narrower than most. Mayhap that's why it takes me so long to understand the needs of our patrons. Maybe I should... No, this isn't the time. I must concentrate on completing the task set before me. I'll help her get started. In the meantime, I need you prepping those lanterns as soon as able. If you can craft at least 6, we should be in the clear. Sounds good to me. Let's get crafting. Right, Papani? Let's get crafting, not considering every little detail. If the lanterns are to be used for travel, and they must not only be lightweight, but durable as well, which material would be best suited to accomplish such a feat? Think, Papani, think! Alright, well, the item we need to make requires... Nice, we got everything. Made sure to get of course, like I said, I made sure to get most if not all the materials prepared ahead of time. Let's go ahead and craft up 6 lanterns. Figure out what rotation to use this time. So usually I'll start with muscle memory. Train to perfection, and I think I will need to use veneration for this groundwork, but I'll use final appraisal this first time to make sure that I don't overcap, and looks like I don't need final appraisal, and that's about the amount we want. Now I will use waste not this time. Just use waste not 1, and then innovation, we'll try doing 3 preparatory touches. And then, okay, yeah, I only need to do 2 this time. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. This gives, because even though it uses double durability, it also gives double stacks, double inner quiet stacks. So I actually, that ends up giving me 6 inner quiet stacks instead of the 3 I thought it would. Either way, it looks like I only need, I probably don't even need innovation. I could probably just do 3 preparatory touches. Actually, no, if that's the case, then I probably don't even need to do waste not. I can just use the same rotation that I did before. I can just skip the final appraisal and instead do a veneration. Right? Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and do innovation. Do 2 preparatory touches. And then, yeah, a Great Strides by Our Gut Blessing should be enough. Yes, just enough. Yeah, and this, and like, if I get a good roll, then I don't even really need to use, Great Strides. Ah, I forgot to, do the quality. Whoops. Whatever, this will be really easy. Yeah, accidentally skipped the groundwork step there. But these are really easy crafts, so even if I mess up, I can just do it. I can salvage it. I need to watch out and see if I get a good proc, because these are really good if you have good condition. Because that's better than 400% is better than groundwork's 360%, and 150% is, it's not as good as a preparatory touch though. Okay, let's go ahead and turn these in. The client will be departing before long, but I know I can count on you to have those lanterns ready. Yep, here they are. Oh, this is giving me 1,000 scripts. Okay, hold on. Let me go spend some of those script vendors over here, right? Yeah. Yeah, script exchange. Okay, so for purple scripts, I needed to get a bunch of, I still need a bunch of these, so I'll go ahead and just get 6 more of those. Because I still need to craft some more of my, some more crafting and gatherer items. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and turn all these in. Fantastic work, Brilliant. One would have no trouble treading even the most poorly kept roads at night with this. With these, there are multiple of them. What are you talking about? Hipoponi, did you repair more than 1 this time? All ready to set off then? I am. I'll take whatever lanterns you were able to prepare. Not a problem. It so happens Brilliant here just finished crafting a selection I dare say you'll be quite pleased with. Splendid, simply splendid. My thanks for preparing these in so short of time. Of course. For a merchant like yourself, time is money. I'm pleased we were able to be of service. Oh, the pleasure has been all mine. Now I'd best be setting off. I wish you all continued success. Now we get to see how poorly her performance was, or did she actually improve this time? Once again, I can't thank you enough for your aid, Brilliant. We truly couldn't have done this without you. No doubt Papani understands this most keenly. She failed to craft even a single lantern after all, ma'am. Perhaps you're not cut out for this work. I told you this was an urgent request. Surely you can imagine what might befall a merchant traveling without a lantern. Damn it, Papani. You know my code. Never ever keep a customer waiting. If you want to work here, then I'm begging you, pick up the pace. I'm so sorry. I'm not like Brilliant. I can't make something of quality at the speed you require. She's right, I kind of got superpowers. Yet, I also cannot simply forsake all else for speed. I want the things I make to be just right for the people who use them. On my dignity as a former potsworn and as an artisan, this is the one thing I cannot yield. I never should have come here. I will return to Earthenshire and renew my contract with the Moblins. Papani, wait! Moblins? Potsworn? What was she talking about? I'm sorry you had to see that, Brilliant. I mean, it was kind of expected. I'm still getting used to this whole business of being an employer. I fear my inexperience may be to blame for setting Papani off like that. No, I think it's more her. Give me a minute to process this, would you? I don't mind. You give me the crystals, I get to craft. Sounds good to me. Steam level increased. Well, Soj now continue a metal miracle worker. I mean, like, considering how fast I can craft this stuff, yeah. New questline, continuing the story is not available. Upon completion, welcome to deliver this. Yeah. Alright, let's do the next one. Teamwork makes the craftwork. XRral Soj is still reeling from Papani's sudden departure. I appreciate you being here, Brilliant. Could really use someone to talk to right now. Sorry, that's not the kind of work that I do. Don't even know where to start. Should I chase after Papani or leave her be? Hope you don't mind if I ramble a bit. Might help me to clear my head. Stoic nod. It's not like I can say anything. Thanks. Might not be obvious, but the truth is, I think the world of Papani. When she first came to my shop, she was like a pup that lost its bark. Head hanging, ears drooping and all. But that pup had determination. I could see in her eyes when she told me she wanted to work here. She meant it. I knew then, and I know now, her devotion to the craft is the real deal. Ain't no denying it. But the fact is, her approach is time consuming, and that runs counter to the core tenet of my shop. That said, I'm the one who decided to run things this way, and the reason I did, well, let's just say I lack the talent to craft quality items at a pace I'm comfortable with. I'm in sheer awe the way you were able to make veritable works of art with such efficiency. You're leagues above someone like me. Everything I know about metallurgy, I learned on my own. I just crafted a few hundred things at the Ishgardian Restoration, and I got to 80 crafting. What the heck is Ishgardian Restoration? Nothing. Come to think of it, even though I've been hiring all your services all this time, I've told you a little less about myself. That's about to change, unfortunately. In my youth, used to be that I put together equipment for the local hunters in a village far removed from here, or any other signs of civilization for that matter. Developed a love for the craft in those days, and decided to pursue it. Followed where the people were, which led me here to tell you all. First thing I did when I arrived was look for the nearest moblin willing to hire me. Even where I come from, everybody knows nobody forges finer metals than them. Figured I could learn from them on the job. I don't think they're gonna like that. I pleaded with them until they finally offered me a chance, on the condition that I would move to Kozama'uka. I refused. I wanted to be near people I craft for. And that was that. I gave up my opportunity to learn under the moblins and founded my shop specializing in daily necessities, with the promise of swift delivery. Okay. I don't see the problem with this. The moblins are masters not of metallurgy, but caretaking. Moblins hire artisans to craft for them. Yeah. That's how a potsworn works. Or pot pact. Judging by what Papani said before she left, I reckon there's much more about moblins I don't know. Mind filling me in? Oh, now we gotta explain pot pacts to her. So that's the way of it, eh? All this time, I thought those metal marvels were made by the moblins themselves. When they agreed to hire me way back when, must be that they wanted me to move so I could learn under the other potsworn in their case. Potsworn like Papani, who'd never been thanked by a customer once in their life. She said she was going to return to the moblins and work for him again, but she must have cut ties for a reason. Not so sure her former employer will take her in so easily. I'll admit it, I'm worried about her. I want to see if she's alright, and I want to see what sort of environment the moblins prepared for artisans like her. Would you mind tagging along with me to Earthenshire? Right, so normally on these quest lines, they have like an interlude quest in the middle, where they give you, where they either don't do any crafting, or they do or they like give you the materials. Okay, so we want to go to this one because this is where it is. And I'll go ahead and teleport over there just to save a little bit of time. Okay, where are they? There they are. Or there she is. XRral Soj. See if we can find Papani. So this is where the moblins and the potsworn live. Now, where do you reckon Papani might be? Oh, there she is. Is that so? Are you sure there's no room for another artisan? My goodness! Mr. XRral Soj! Brilliant! What are you doing here? I didn't want to leave things between us as they were, and Brilliant told me about the potsworn. I knew you cared deeply about the quality of your work, but I didn't understand just how much until coming here. This place is filled with masterpieces. I can see how making them would be much more fulfilling than my boring old tools. That's not how it is. So, will you become a potsworn again? Oh no. My former help hand has already welcomed someone else. Then come back with me. Now that I've seen firsthand what kind of work you were involved in, I can give you qualitative tasks you'll excel at. I'm sure of it. But that would go against your code! No, I mustn't return. I refuse to inconvenience you any more than I already have. You both complement each other so well. Can't you see that? Seriously. You both need to talk this out properly. Yeah, no, let's just say it to their faces. Not gonna try and make that sound. We've seen countless craft hands make metal pieces. We can discern craft hands' characteristics with quick fastness. But XRral Soj, they are opposites. One's strength is the other's weakness. By compensating for one another, they can create metal pieces faster, greater than they could on their own. You think so too, don't you? Yep. Why not put that idea to trial test? Is this supposed to be like Yokoi sized doors? Balance scale is broken. Needs repair. Fulcrum is no good. Very unstable. We cannot check true weight of anything. Okay, and then they're going to give us the materials to be able to repair this. Please help me fix. XRral Soj repairs materials, but Pani sees to the finishing touches. Brilliant helps these two work together. Instead of crafting individually, we simply handle the tasks we specialize in. Duh! I'm willing to give it a shot, and we certainly can't abandon our friend in need of a capable artisan here. What do you say, Papani? Yes, of course. Then I'll get started on preparing the components immediately. Give me a moment, would you? Alright, let's talk to the others first. Normally, I would prefer to oversee the entire process of crafting an item myself, but I know how terribly inefficient it is. I'm willing to give this a try. Papani's metalwork is very careful, very elaborate. Deep, fathomless regret did I feel the day she entered her pot pact. Is there anyone else in here? I mean, yes, but we can't talk to them. Now let's talk to XRral Soj, get the material for us. Sorry to keep you waiting. Here are the components, Brilliant. I'd like you to assemble the fulcrum. Once you have it, please hand it over to Papani, so she can see the replacement and any finishing touches. I believe that's the most efficient way to go about this. Sounds good to me. I mean, if you give me the materials, I'm more than happy to do it. Should you run out of components, just say the word. I have plenty more on hand. I shall examine the damaged scales and consider what other adjustments may be necessary in the meantime. Pray let me know when the fulcrum is ready. It'll be ready in just a second. Okay, and this actually needs to be high quality. Let's go ahead and craft it up. Start off with the same start off we usually do, or that I did for the other ones. And I forgot to see if this is less or more, and it is perfect. So I will do waste not on this, just because I want to make sure we do this right. And since this needs to be high quality, I'm going to do 3 of them. And this will make sure to actually get us to 100%. Yep. Alright, let's hand it off to Papani. Having examined the scales closely now, I've confirmed that a fulcrum will indeed be necessary to restore the device's functionality. Didn't we know that already? Why am I crafting a fulcrum if you're just confirming this? How fares your progress with the assembly? Here is a fulcrum. Oh, this is magnificent! I shall replace the broken fulcrum with this one immediately. The balance grew crooked after long years of use, but now the fulcrum has been replaced. I'm pleased to report that the scales are back in working order. I also noted some stiffness during my examination, so I applied oil to ensure its functionality. It functions as smoothly as possible. Marvelous! It's like new. Now I can measure true weight with quick fastness again. Such wonderful, efficient work. My heart bottom thank you, craft hands. It is I who should be thanking you. I truly do enjoy the feeling of interacting with patrons directly. We take pride in providing the perfect place for creators to create. That's how we know each craft hand requires different environments to thrive. If Papani requires an environment where she is heart bottom thanked, then that's where Papani can do her best craft work. She should hold onto such a place and never let it go. If it truly wouldn't be trouble, if my skills would truly be of benefit. Then I wish to work with you again, Mistress XRral Soj. You're the artisan I aspired to be, but could never become, Papani. When I first opened my store, I yearned to forge metalwares that would be revered by all. But I wasn't good enough, so I let go of that dream. I focused on my strengths and built my business on quantity instead of quality. But if we work side by side, I know we could not only deliver products of the finest quality, We could have them ready as soon as the customer requires them. I need you, Papani. Ma'am. Then let's do our best. Together. Ma'am, are you sure we're talking about the business here? All's goodwill that ends goodwill. I'll be cheering for your success. Now when's the wedding? I mean, what? Papani? It's thanks to you stepping in and helping us that Papani and I were able to have a heart-to-heart, Berlin. There's no better way to an artisan's core than through the process of crafting, eh? As one yourself, you know this all too well, and yet your purview extends far beyond the realm of this trade. Don't think I've forgotten you're an explorer too. I know I can't keep someone of your talents tied down to my shop forever, but I'm hoping you stick with us till Papani and I get the hang of the new flow of things. That sound alright to you? Thanks. Then let's head back to the city. This is taking slightly longer than I had anticipated, and I am getting a little bit tired, but let's go ahead and keep pushing through so we can try and finish this up. We can get through all of this store. Take care and good luck. We are thrilled once Potsworn Papani has found a new home. Alright, let's head back over to Tuliolol. So now we've got 2 more quests to do. Talk to Papani and then XRral Soj. One moment, I'm trying to renew my contract as a Potsworn. The next I'm asking to resume my duties here. I hope you can forgive my indecisive behavior. I'm truly grateful to Mistress XRral Soj, though I'm not ashamed of the love and care I put into everything I craft. I also do not wish to burden her. Yet, if our respective strengths can compensate for the other's weakness, I can think of no place I would rather be. The Moblins provide a paradise for artisans, room and board, heaps of materials, and a limited time to focus solely on the craft. But if you ask me, nothing's more peaceful than this here shop. I myself have come to understand that while Earthenshire has its charms, so too does XRral Soj Metalwares. I'll always cherish my time as a Potsworn, but I know now that I need an environment where I can connect with the people for whom I craft. Then allow me to welcome you back to the shop, Papani. Let's give it our all. Papani and I need to discuss our crafting process and our wedding plans. I mean, what? Give us a few minutes, would you? Yeah, I think I'll give you about 10 seconds. Once this quest complete, the thing ends. Alright, let's talk to Papani, then XRral Soj. Not going to give them any time to discuss whatever they wanted to discuss. In one minute, oh yeah, that's what you said before. Let's talk to XRral Soj and do the next one. We got 2 more to go. A new kind of metalware. XRral Soj could light a forge with the fire burning in her eyes. Good to see you, Brilliant. Papani and I have finished discussing how we might go about using our strengths to complement each other. You know, besides real compliments. We came to the conclusion that together we can craft first-rate metalwares, the sort which I never would have considered crafting in the past. As a result, I decided to accept a special order. I heard through an old acquaintance that a palace seer was looking for an artisan to craft a censer? A censer? How do you say this? C-E-N-S-E-R. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Of course I wouldn't know what this is. I've been to church like 5 times in my life. How do you say this? Okay, it's actually pronounced censor. Censor with a implied T sound in the middle. For their ceremonial practices. Told him I'd be happy to oblige. It'd be a trifle to craft were it a simple censer, but seeing as it's for ritual use, I believe it will require delicate and precise ornamentation. Which is why Mistress XRral Soj and I decided to split up the tasks thus. She will prepare the molds while I oversee the sensor's decoration and finishing touches. That said, we're still getting used to this whole dance of tandem crafting, bound to step on each other's toes till we find a sense of harmony. We'd like you to make a number of sensors to ensure no matter what happens, we meet our deadline. Please tell me you don't need me to make 6 of them. The design of sensors where you're from may look different from those in the palace, but a quality work is a quality work. I'm confident that Sierra will be happy to use any that an artisan of your talent can make. Alright, let's talk to Papani first, and then let's get crafting. Much as Mr. XRral Soj says, will take a dance of sorts. Once she prepares a mold, I shall see to its ornamentation. In the meantime, she'll be preparing the next mold, and so our dance will continue. Alright, let's see. Do I have the materials for this? Yes, I do. I made sure to get the cinnamon. Oh no, I need to make four more titanium nuggets, and I have just enough white gold ingots. Okay, so I need 4 more. I need 20 titanium gold and 4 true gold sand, which I should have. Okay, titanium gold is, no, that's true gold. I have exactly enough titanium gold. Nice. And 4 true gold sand. I have more than enough because I just went and got a bunch from Calusia Shadowbringers a while ago, so I wouldn't need to think about this. And I need to be, no, this is yeah, armor. Exactly enough to make the 4 that we need. Nice. Would have been a bit annoying if I had to run over the market board, especially after I went and prepared all these materials. Okay, let's go ahead and craft up the sensors. Did I just craft all 4 of those high quality? That's not where I wanted the RNG to hit. Anyway, let's go ahead and craft these up. Start off with the usual ones, the usual start we've been doing. A veneration, this is higher than it was. I think the other one was like 3870. And actually, I could do the intensive synthesis. Yeah, okay, so even with intensive synthesis, it's still not enough. So I might even be able to do 2 groundworks with that, but I'll need to think about that later. Let's do waste not, and I think I might need to do 3 preparatory touches for this one. Okay, yeah, I don't think I actually needed 3. Yeah, either 3 or I can drop innovation. Or either, I'm gonna try not doing innovation. Now, do I need to do 2 groundworks? Okay, so that's gonna be 3 careful syntheses. So let's just try doing a groundwork, see... Okay, that actually, I needed to use a final appraisal for that. So I'm not gonna do that next time. Instead, let's do waste not and do 3 preparatory touches. Now, one of those was a good proc, so if this isn't enough... If this is enough, then I need to keep in mind. Okay, that's only barely enough, and I got 1 with good, so I need to do innovation. Okay, actually, this one's high... I got some high-quality nuggets, so that'll actually make this really easy. Yeah, so I need to do veneration with groundwork. And then I should probably go ahead and do a careful synthesis here while I still have the boost. Yeah, that makes it enough so that I can just do 1 more careful synthesis at the end. Let's go ahead and do waste not with innovation. I think I do need 3 preparatory touches, but I'm going to do 2. And see, oh, never mind. There's a precise touch here, so I can just do that. Okay, yeah. That's why you do that. Oh no, that was because it was excellent quality. Yeah, that was an easy one because I got excellent quality. Okay, so... Oh yeah, I didn't even need... Okay, yeah, I'm good. Okay, then we got 1 more. I forgot that I'm getting the slight HQ bonus from the titanium gold nugget, so I'm like... That just makes this really easy. Okay, let's do a careful synthesis. Again, then this one is a good one. Oh, that's already enough. Okay. I think I got 2 good rolls there. Either I got 1 good roll and then the bonus from the titanium gold nugget was enough. Okay, let's do 3 preparatory touches. Actually, I only need 2. I really only need 2. Because of the HQ bonus. Yep. Alright, that's all 6, I think. Yep, let's head on over and turn these in. Got the sensors for you. Counting on you for those sensors. As they're for ceremonial use, they'll need to be not only easy to employ, but elaborate in design as well. Yep, got them all right here. Well, I'll be damned. This may be some of the finest work I've ever seen. Should be easy for the seers to use, and the ornamentation is flawless to boot. You've truly outdone yourself, Brilliant. Well, yeah, if I want to get max scripts, I better do it. The quality of your work sets an example any artisan would be a fool not to follow. As always, I'm grateful for your help. For a blessing, Papani and I were able to find our rhythm and repaired a few sensors ourselves. Indeed, if we work together, I've no doubt we can fulfill any request that comes our way. Still, to think you were able to repair so many on your own, I'm thoroughly impressed. Goes to show how diligently you must have honed your craft before crossing the salt here. I've learned a great deal from seeing your work. Any road, I'd best get these delivered, lest I tarnish the good name of my shop. I'd appreciate if you both wait here. Shouldn't be long. Let me fade to black instead of writing dialogue for me and Papani to talk. By the way, when's the wedding, Papani? A wedding? I've good news, both of you. With us here is none other than the palace seer who made the order. They were so moved by the quality of our work that they wished to thank everyone involved directly. I've never seen sensors of such marvelous make in all my days at the palace. Not only did they function perfectly, but each one is simply exquisite. They are most beautifully designed. The burning of incense is essential in our rites, but many of our sensors were destroyed during the invasion. We were in dire straits, but thanks to your swift and masterful work, we can resume our practices again. I'm glad we were able to be of help. Indeed, work of such quality I dare say is fit for a queen. And with that said, I would ask you and your team to prepare something for the royal family, if such work would interest you. I can return to the palace and make arrangements forthright for a formal request. What do you say? She's gonna be blind, like, wait, what? You honor us. It would be our pleasure. Wonderful. Then I shall return immediately and begin the necessary procedures. I'll be in touch. If the royal family themselves use the metal wares we craft, wouldn't that make us purveyors to the royal court? That it would. I was surprised to receive a personal request from the seer in the first place, but to think we may soon craft metalwares used by the likes of Wachumeqimeqi and Wachumeqimeqi. Is that really so special? Now, of course, they wanted to include that because this is level 98 one, which means this is obviously after the invasion during MSQ, and they had become the new leaders of Tuliolol. Should they truly make formal requests, this will be my first appointment by the royal palace. I know full well this is a job for Papani, and I should tackle alone, but a request of this magnitude can affect the very fate of XRral Soj Metalwares. I wanted to deliver nothing but the very best we have to offer, to do that, I need your help. Will you stick by us just a little longer? Or are you just gonna keep on asking that? Because eventually you're gonna have to do something yourself. Anyway, what food is this? Control and craftsmanship. How nice. Steam level increased. XRral Soj now considers you a master of metal. Oops, wrong button. Alright, let's go and talk to Popani and then start this last quest. When I first began working here, the ever-looming deadlines made me feel as though I always had to rush lest I fail to meet them. But now that Mistress XRral Soj has taken charge of preparing the molds, I can relax and focus on what I do best. A dream come true. I'll probably grab the CP? Eh, whatever, I'll figure that out later. XRral Soj is visibly nervous. Brilliant, Popani, I've received word from the seer. They wish for us to meet them near the palace, where they'll reveal the full details of our request. Popani and I'll head there first. Once you're ready, join us at our arterial climb. Brilliant. Sounds good, and then this one they should be providing the materials for us. So I can go ahead and reorganize all of this. Nice, we freed up 4 inventory spaces? Something like that. Anyway, let's teleport up there. I guess I'll head all the way up there. And then run off the edge. It might have been faster to walk there. To walk up the path to the right here. But... no, we were all the way down here. So yeah, this is technically faster. Alright, they should be right here. There they are. Right by the playground. Holding the kid like that. I don't think I've seen that. I've seen the one playing on the playground, but... anyway, let's go ahead and talk to Popani, XRral Soj, then the palace seer. I can only imagine what wonderful treasures and trinkets the palace holds. I hope I'll be able to get a glimpse of them one day. I mean, if you just walk up the steps and go through the front door, nobody's really gonna stop you. At the summit of these steps lies Wachumeqimeqi. Despite all my years in the city, I've never had the pleasure of visiting it myself. It looks even bigger up close. Welcome, esteemed artisans of XRral Soj Metalwares, and thank you for coming. We can now discuss the request in an official capacity. May I begin? Of course, we're quite eager to hear what exactly we'll be crafting. Then allow me to inform you. We wish for you to construct a pair of solar reflectors. Excuse me? Forgive me, I've never heard of such a thing. May I ask what it is? Certainly. It is a tool which reflects light, focusing it on a single point for the purposes of starting fires. Think of it as a curved mirror of sorts. We Mobileja revere the sun's rays, and believe the fire produced by its light banishes the wickedness to the shadows. Every fire you see burning in the palace halls is sacred, lit by the sun itself. Interesting. I see. By the way, you mentioned earlier you wished for us to craft a pair. In other words... Yes. Now that Wachumeqimeqi and Kona. It's Kona. I know, it's Kona. I always pronounced it Koana, and then like halfway through the story they seem to switch to Kona. Have ascended the throne. It is paramount that they receive their own sun reflectors for ritual purposes as soon as possible. That said, they are fickle devices. Even the slightest imbalance or deformity in their construction can result in a complete lack of functionality. What's more, cloudy weather extends the time it takes to produce a flame exponentially. While it may appear simple in design, in practice it is anything but. Only the finest artisans can be trusted with so delicate a device. Will you accept our request? Well, considering I just have to do a couple clicks, sure. We'll make the reflectors for you, alright? I stake my honor as a craftswoman on it. Full glad am I to hear it. Then allow me to share with you the copy of the design plans used for the antecedent ceremonial reflectors. Yet know that this is to be used as nothing more than a reference, for this reflector was made for the late Dawn servant Jaja. We expect an altogether different design from you, one befitting the new Dawn servants. Understood. Leave it to us. We must return to the shop forthwith and discuss our approach. Well, I'm gonna click a few buttons and it'll be crafted, so I don't know what approach we're gonna be discussing. Alright, so I can pile this here and then head on back. I'm gonna zoom back out. The sensors were all of wonderful make, and with a friend of Wachumeqimeqi involved in the solar reflector's creation, I know I can expect a phenomenal product. You bet you can. Anyway, it's a lot easier to go down than it is to go up, so... Whoops, I meant to land on the roof there. So let's head on down. Alright, there they are. Let's go and talk to Bapani and then XRral Soj. The device's shape must be nothing less than perfect if it is to properly capture the sun's rays naturally. Its surface must be polished to a shine, lest it be incapable of reflecting light at the required intensity. All the while, it should possess a quality of craftsmanship befitting the palace. Ma'am. The plans I received from the seer are far more elaborate than I expected. Makes me wonder if the purpose who drafted him was a potsworn. We'll need to build the base in such a way that the device can be rotated to capture the sun's rays, with the concave reflective surface to focus the light. And I haven't even started with the ornamentation. The pressures of making a device, the valves themselves will be using something fierce. Don't help that the complexity of this device is unlike any I've ever crafted before. I dare say Papani and I'll have our hands full preparing just a single one between us. But we'll make the thing our goddamn magnum opus. You best believe. As for the other one, you're the finest metal worker I know, Brilliant. I'm counting on you to make something beyond everyone's expectations. I'm sure Wachumeqimeqi and Valkona would be overjoyed to receive something made by her hands. Oh, I bet they would. Indeed, which is why we'd like you to be in charge of the design. As their dear friends, you know their tastes far better than us. Once you've finished, I'll make sure the mold Mistress XRral Soj prepares ends up nigh identical to yours. Ah, and you needn't worry about procuring any materials. I passed through Bayside Bevy on the way back and collected everything we require. Should your stock run low, but say the word. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna do this first try like usual. Anyway, here's the reflector. Let's go ahead and craft it up. Start off with the same rotation we've been doing. Shouldn't need a final appraisal for this. Okay, let's go ahead and do a second groundwork. Yeah, okay, that should be good. Let's grab Waste Not, Innovation, and do 3 preparatory touches, because we need to get to 100%. Okay, let's do Great Strides, by God's Blessing. And that's not even close, so let's go ahead and repair everything. This is the first actually difficult to craft. And let's go ahead and use Waste Not 2 this time. That's going to use up too much CP. Yeah, so I'm going to abandon this craft and start over, because this is actually a case where it's actually a slightly difficult craft. Let's try it again. Okay, and then I've got this. So let me do final appraisal, and then that'll actually make the progress. Yeah, okay, then I should be good on the progress. Let's go ahead and do Waste Not 2 this time. And I'll do 4 preparatory touches. So that I'll get up to 8. And actually, no, I'll just flat out, no, I was about to, no, yeah, I'll go ahead and get flat up to 10. And then, let's go ahead and restore everything. And then I'll go ahead and do Buyer God's Blessing. That should be enough. Yes. And then I can do Careful Synthesis to finish this off. Not quite. Let's do 2 of them. There we go. That one was a little bit more difficult, but it wasn't too hard. So you want to talk to XRral Soj and turn it in? By no means is crafting one of those solar reflectors a simple task. How are you faring? Well, it took me 2 tries, but I got it. Also, I forgot to actually check if it needed to be high quality, but I assumed it would be. You're already finished, and the device has every square ounce of the sort of quality I've come to expect from you. It so happens I just finished tending to my portion of the reflector, while Pawnee's currently seeing the most delicate touches. Soon as she's finished, we set off to the palace. Welcome back, my friends. I trust these are the requested reflectors. That they are. Working in tandem with Brilliant, we spared no effort in making both of these devices something fit for a royal company. How seamless the surface. Not a blemish to be found. Indeed, these appear most worthy for the vows. Yet appearances are not everything. Above all else, they must perform their function. Allow me to evaluate whether they do. You don't trust me? Yeah, that works a little too well. It works! You expected it not to? See if the one you guys made works. To think they should have both lighted the flame so swiftly. What astounding craftsmanship. I'm truly glad I came to all of you with this request. The vows will most certainly cherish these reflectors for years to come. If it pleases you, I would secure your services in a more official capacity, Mistress XRral Soj. What would you say to a royal warrant of appointment? I don't think she's gonna want that. She wants her shop. It's the greatest honor any artisan could wish for. I happily accept. Oh, never mind. I must have misunderstood what she meant. Should the royal family ever want for metalwares of quality, XRral Soj Metalwares will be happy to serve. You have my word. It is heartening to know that such a wonderful establishment exists within our fair city. Oops, I clicked twice. Alright, I guess let's head on back and talk about how great we were. Back to Bopani, then XRral Soj, and wrap this up. I never felt more blessed than to be an artisan than in this moment. The seer had such kind things to say. Thank goodness I returned to work at Mistress XRral Soj's side. I can't thank you enough, Burley. We never could have come this far without you, well that's for sure, considering the quest never would have started. Even when Papani left, I can't say I would have mustered the courage to go and see her if you hadn't been by my side. In my ignorance, I believe my main selling point was speed, and speed alone. But thanks to the both of you, XRral Soj Metalwares will soon receive a royal warrant of appointment. I can't express to both of you just how thankful I am. Oh, Mistress XRral Soj. No stoic nod. I must thank you as well, Brilliant. When we first met, I'd recently left the comfort of Earthenshire and was struggling to come to grips with my work here. Words can ill express how grateful I am to you for helping me carve out a place for myself. There's a mark on my monitor there that made it look like there was a comma after me at the end there. From this day forth, I will continue to leverage my strengths in making the metalwares our patrons need. As will I. In other words, Brilliant, I think we're finally ready to give this a go on our own. XRral Soj Metalwares will become a shop that not only excels at delivering products at our customers with speed, but at a quality they won't find anywhere else. I know you'll become the finest metalware shop this side of the salt. I suppose that makes us rivals, eh? They can't rival me. Heh, I appreciate the vote of confidence. Papani and I'll aspire to become metal workers like you, see? She understands she's completely outclassed. Thank you for everything, truly. Know that you'll always be welcome as XRral Soj Metalwares. Alright, I'm just gonna grab the CP because I think... Let's see, this is 11. Which is... Is that the overmelt? There are odd number overmeld ones? Either way, it doesn't really matter that much. Esteemed contributor, you have completed all of XRral Soj's tasks. XRral Soj has resigned passion to metalworking thanks to your efforts. She now considers you the most masterful of metalworkers. There are doubtless others in Wachumeqimeqi who would welcome your aid to be able to learn artisan, speak to the other ones. Yeah, we'll get to those later. Bonds forged in fire. Alright, let me go ahead and talk to each one of them, see what they have to say, and then that's probably going to be all for today. Welcome to XRral Soj Metalwares, Brilliant. Have you come to purchase something, or perhaps to see how we fare? Whenever you have a spare moment, I would love for you to teach me more about the metalworking skills you learned from across the salt. I wish to do everything I can to get to more and even an ilm closer to your level of expertise. I learned a great deal working with you. Most of all, to never give up on myself again. From this day forward, I will strive to be the best artisan I can be. Do make sure to speak with Papani as well. You've no idea how much she respects you. I mean, I talked to her first.